material that survives after decaying, but we do start to see things like soapstone kettles and bowls. This is a relatively short-lived technology because not long after they start mining the soapstone, also called steatite, and carving this really soft rock into these containers, they very quickly after that invent ceramic technology, and you start to see pottery appear around 1000 BC.
Okay, and that's the soapstone there, right?
This picture here is an example of a completed vessel. These are all fragments that we have here.
Okay. And they have that around here? I've never found
They
that.
do.
Yeah.
The closest quarries for steatite are in eastern Pennsylvania, so they're pulling this stuff in to southern New Jersey.
Yeah,
they're trading for it, they're going in and getting it, and they're using it for their containers.
Yeah, that's cool.
Stone is something that you can heat that better than you can with a basket.
Yes.
It's more durable. It's probably less portable, but that's something that gets remedied as we move into later periods and you start switching to ceramics.
Yeah, very nice. That's what I'm showing.
Yeah, these are some of the cases before that we haven't had the chance to revamp. So this is a lot closer to how Carmen originally had these things displayed.
Oh, yeah.
So he has a lot of material thrown in here to show off this collection. Most of the stuff in this case is actually stuff that the Historical Society collected over time before Carmen gave his donation. But this is the kind of exhibits that we had here. A lot of material showing you the vast amount of stuff that was left behind, but with less information about what it was used for and what time period it's from. So we're trying to help shift and show people that extended
very nice.
Things. Because these artifacts are wonderful remnants from the past, and they're really great things that we can study and pull information from, and we should be using that to educate and learn about what people were using these for rather than just showing them off. There's so much more that we can get from it.
There is. It's cool. I love the Cohansies.
This material here, the Cohansey quartzite, that's mined here in Greenwich.
Yeah.
So you can't find it anywhere else in New Jersey, and that's fantastic that I work as an archaeologist. I've done digs all over New Jersey, and you can find this stuff a lot further north than Cumberland County. I found this stuff up in Burlington County. It's hundreds of miles away.
They trade it, I guess.
They're trading for it. It's a really durable material. I think it's very pretty, and it's worth.
It is very nice.
It's worth them trading for and coming to get this stuff. So.
Yeah, I think I gotta try. There might be 15 or 20 points I found out of that over the years. My grandfather was hunting back then too, in the late 20s and early 30s before World War II.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So I got some stuff. Yeah, the fossils. Oh yeah. Now these were found around here too.
Yeah, they're mostly from, if not southern New Jersey, places like northern Delaware, in this region. I'm not an expert on the fossil stuff. We do have a paleontologist that works with us sometimes, and he's working on revamping, cataloging this stuff, and preparing new exhibits with it. But
I see. I mean, you got a couple big vertebrae. How do you say vertebrae?
Whale fossil vertebrae.
Wow.
Some of the jaws here are from extinct whale species that had these nasty teeth.
Get out of here.
But
wow. Eat whale. Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. Is that what's that, turtle? That's turtle shell. Okay, I thought is that pottery? I've done that with pieces of pottery I found. I actually can connect a few of them.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, not a full
it's
pot or
tough to do,
nothing, but yeah.
It's like the world's worst jigsaw puzzle because it's all the same color, and sometimes you don't really have a good design that you can line it up to.
Yeah. My spots are pretty much gone though. They built $600,000 houses on top of them, so it's no more.
A lot of times with sites like that, for a lot of development, especially in New Jersey, the permits that you need to construct these developments will often stipulate, like permits from the DEP and agencies like that will stipulate before you build here, you have to ensure that you're not going to be damaging the environment. There are a lot of environmental permits, and that includes not only things like making sure wastewater and stormwater is being controlled, making sure endangered species aren't being affected by the development, but also ensuring that cultural resources, our historic and heritage resources, aren't being affected by these constructions. So that's my day job, rather than just being at the museum, is to go out and do those surveys for these developments.
Get out of here, yeah.
So when they're building new roads, when they're building new warehouses, new residential developments, often my firm and like my team are going out and we're surveying to make sure there's no archaeological sites in the way of the development. And if there are, we'll study them before they get destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's some spots that I know that, you know, they built that I don't know how they did it, you know.
Right.
There's a couple spots in Pedricktown.
Yeah.
They built on, and like I know there's stuff there and graves and
it doesn't always happen. It depends on the reach that the government has to require permits or funding and things like that. On people's private lands, they can do what they want. Usually.
Yep.
So
yep. And
it all depends.
I've seen out of state, like from Pennsylvania surveyors.
Yeah.
So maybe they're reason they're fine. You never know.
Who knows?
It's a shame, but I guess that's the with times, But that's cool that you get to do that job. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to salvage this information before it's lost.
It is.
A lot of people don't realize how much archaeology is still present in the state and how much there's still left to learn about the people that lived here before us.
Yeah.
And we kind of have this opportunity through these regulations to
learn.
Study it before it's gone. It's kind of like, it's a gigantic compromise, really. We'll let you build, and we need to build. Development is important. Progress is important. But first, give us the opportunity to study it. And that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I agree 100% with you. It is cool. It is very cool. And he's like, the Native Americans were here for thousands of years, so there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff under there, like you're saying.
There's an incredible amount of stuff, and so much left for us to learn about their culture. And we know so much from decades of study, but there's always more. I've worked on several sites where we learn new pieces of information about the past that we didn't have before. I worked on a site up in North Jersey where we found the earliest evidence of farming corn, farming maize.
Yeah.
That in that region of New Jersey, and we didn't know that they were doing it that early. So, and that's something that we got to do. They were building an extension to a school. So we were working in what was once a schoolyard, and it's going to be an extension.
Yeah.
And then you find this important data, and it helps us to constantly refine our view of these people.
Yeah. That is very cool.
Thanks.
I wish I had your job.
Wow. It's a lot of empty holes until you find something great.
Yeah.
We do a lot of surveys where we don't find things. It's a nice balance. But to be able to get out there, to spend the time outdoors and looking for this stuff.
It's just fun just to go out and try and dig and look, and people walk around and look on the farm fields, just walking. I mean, that's how I found most of my stuff. I don't really dig. That's a lot of work. You need a couple people.
And honestly, it's best that way.
Here and there, but
digging into archaeological sites, if an archaeologist comes after the fact and the stuff's been dug up, churned up, that takes away the context that we study these things in. So, we studying archaeology, people tend to get this idea that it's just looking at an artifact and guessing what people used it for. And archaeology, it couldn't be furthest from the truth. We love artifacts, but artifacts by themselves mean absolutely nothing to us. When people come into the museum and say, "Look what I found," my first question is always, "Where? Where did you find it?" Because an artifact by itself is a page ripped out of a book, and we want to read the book.
Yep.
So we study things in the soil layers, in the horizontal associations with features and fire pits and housing structures, and we can study all of that together and look at the time periods this came from, the relationship between all these things. By itself, it's not that useful.
Exactly.
Honestly. Like, people come in with an arrowhead and they say, "Look at this arrowhead I found." I have no shortage of arrowheads.
Exactly.
I have plenty, and you know what? I can look at it and I can tell you know what it is. It's an arrowhead.
Arrowhead, and he's 100% right. You go out, and if you guys dig up, you're going to mess it up big time, and then they won't know about the actual stuff that happened there or went on there the way they can document it.
It's one of those things where we really especially as archaeologists and as members of the public that are interested in history, we really appreciate that excitement about the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I got started as an archaeologist, I just wanted to dig up cool artifacts. I wanted to search for the past and be able to hold it in my hands.
Yep.
Things that people haven't held for thousands of years. It's a wonderful thing to have that interest.
It is.
But there are ways to express that in other than going out by yourself and tearing this stuff out of the ground and ruining it for future archaeologists that could have the opportunity to study it better.
Exactly.
There's archaeological societies, local societies, universities, places that you can get involved and actually get out on digs. You know, there are public events. In New Jersey, there are a few that I've been a part of that you can actually come out and help us dig, help us study, and kind of scratch that itch in a very controlled and professional way, so that we're actually learning about the past rather than just pulling out old rocks.
Now, did you go down to the Red Bank battlefield where you parked?
I did.
Okay, because I jog and walk there every day. So
Wonderful! It's a gorgeous park.
Yes, it is.
A lot of history. Not only does it have that Revolutionary War history there, but there are also Native Americans using that land too.
Yep.
And there's this vast history, and they do these wonderful public archaeology programs where Rowan University brings out their students and teaches them.
And also the public. They have a couple public days.
So if you guys are interested in getting involved with archaeology, that's one wonderful way that you can do it. The Archaeological Society of New Jersey is another great organization that holds public events, usually 1 or 2 a year. And you can come out and dig this stuff up and study it with professionals and actually contribute to our knowledge of the past rather than taking away from it.
Yes, because even if you don't realize it, you're digging, you do mess it up. So I do want them, people watching to know that, if you find stuff, you should try to have it done more in a controlled manner than just digging and looking, because you'll lose a lot of the value and the knowledge of the site. So.
And it's always a great idea to, let archaeologists know where the sites are. We're not going out, like, a lot of people feel like if I tell the archaeologists that where this site is, they're going to come out and pick it clean and then I'm not going to get anything. Yeah. That's not how it works.
Not all,
We record data. Yes. When you record sites either with us at this museum or at the New Jersey State Museum is the main archive for archaeological site location data. You give it to the New Jersey State Museum, they're not going out and digging it. They don't have the staff or the time. They're just recording that data so that future archaeologists know about it.
That there's stuff found there.
Right. Yep. And then if a development comes that's going to threaten that site, we know it's there.
Yeah.
And then we can do
something. Hey, we got to look. Yeah. Exactly. I totally understand. I agree. It's got to do it right. And it's a very nice collection. Thank you for letting me come in and record.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just did.
To come and see all this stuff. Not everyone can make it down to Greenwich, Cumberland County. It's a bit of a hike. We love when we get visitors that come down here and see this stuff. We're currently constructing a new museum at the other end of the road. You should stop by on your way out, actually. If you go down Greenwich.
Go down the main drag.
Yeah. Okay. And then before that really sharp right angle curve.
Okay.
You'll see there's a construction site and there's a building under construction. That's going to be our new museum. That's going to take this collection, the Carmen collection, and the Historical Society's collection.
Okay.
And they're going to house it with the Woodruff collection, which is currently in the basement
of Bridgeton. Yeah, I've seen. I wanted to go video that too and have somebody talk about it. So
it can be tough to get into there. They only have one staff member that's
you gotta
available to unlock it and show you around. And she's fantastic.
But it's a lot for one. Yeah.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why that material is being brought to this new building.
Oh, well, that's cool. Is it open yet or no?
No. It's still under construction.
Okay, so
it's going to be a couple years before.
More years. But yeah, I'll definitely go there. I mean, I come this way a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of videos of this area, different little things. But I travel all around the country, too. But I haven't got to that yet as far as my videos.
Right.
But it's coming. And I go to different states and different things, and I figured I've been here. I love this place, so I figured I'd come by and just see if you. And you did a very good job. What the hell was that?
Oh, thank you. This building moves sometimes.
It does?
Yeah. It was built in the mid 19th century. It settles.
Yeah. Cool. And you did a great job. Thank you for allowing me to come in and record you for a minute.
Absolutely.
I really, really appreciate it.
No problem. We're happy to. Here to educate.
Yep. And I'll go check out the other museum.
Yeah. Yeah, we have several museums down the strip. We have the Gibbon House, which
I was in there. That's cool.
The
Yeah.
Gibbon House has fantastic.
Are they doing tours there still?
Yeah, yeah. Someone's there today.
Is there?
Tours. The Maritime Museum should be open as well. If you haven't stopped in there.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get in there.
The curator there is a colleague of mine. We went to school together, actually, and she's done a really fantastic job revamping that museum. It was kind of left for a long time.
Yes.
Had a lot of TLC, but
I'm going to go there, matter of fact.
Yeah,
we're going to go there.
New exhibits up, new signage. There's a new mural on the wall. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, cool.
It's worth a stop.
Yes, I will. I'm going to go there and check it out. Yeah, I just got done doing a few videos on the Red Bank. So I'm making my way around to different places. So once again, I thank you guys for letting me come in.
No problem.